July 27th, 1941. Do you remember that last week I mentioned that within Army Group Center, Guderian was still desperately waiting for the supplies to arrive and Hoth began a new offensive towards Rzhev and Kalinin? Well, this week nothing changes. The second Panzer Group keeps waiting and the third one keeps attacking. Howdy folks, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new episode of this new week in which we have a look at the operations unfolding within the sector of Army Group Center. Now, the situation for Army Group Center, I would say, it was particularly unique because of the difference in the forward supply bases, which was due to the different advancement and the speed, I would say, in repairing the double tracked railway lines, fueling the advance of the armies of Army Group Center. I was incredibly frustrated in seeing that, first of all, the FPD 3, the one following Guderian's 2nd Panzer Group, was incredibly lagging behind the FPD 3, but also that this week it didn't even have enough movement points to repair the railways up to Smolensk. And Smolensk is really one of the most crucial supply hub because it is I think it's a level 6 or level 5 rail yard. So you want to use Smolensk as soon as you possibly can. While interestingly and unexpectedly, the FPD 2, I think it was, yeah, the one following Hoth's 3rd Panzer Group, was literally following and repairing and fixing the railway line on the trail of the 3rd Panzer Group. I think this is how a good offensive should be conducted. Like you want to have the railways repaired as soon as your panzers are advancing, so that you can build depots and make sure that your panzer could use ideally the vehicles of the depots. In the worst case scenario, they will use their own vehicles to grab the supplies they need to get resupplied, and so that they could fight on the next turn already. And yeah, I mean, besides this small rant, I was quite happy to see that the advance of the 9th Army as well created the opportunity for me to encircle a tiny, let's say, amount of Red Army formations southwest of Rzhev. And so I opened the gap again with the infantry of the 9th Army, and then I simply sent my panzers forward to form the southern wing of the pocket, while the leftovers of the 3rd Panzer Group, mainly the mobile units of the 3rd Panzer Group, sealed the pocket from the northwest. And then briefly, because I was like, I cannot do pretty much anything else with the 4th Army and Guderian's 2nd Panzer Group, because I have to wait for more supplies to arrive, and because they were both, let's say, set to priority level 2 or even level 1, if I'm not mistaken. I was like, okay, let me just reshuffle around a little bit the divisions of the 4th Army, and I also kept regrouping the ones of the 2nd Panzer Group, just to have them, you know, very close to each other, not in close contact with the enemy, so that they could restock their CPPs faster, because they are assault armies. And then that was it. Then again, I called it a week for Army Group Center. And yeah, also I forgot to mention, the 2nd Army finally arrived in the 2nd line, and importantly, what I did here was to keep the 2nd Army as close as possible to the most forward supply bases. Now, if you ever play multiplayer, you may want to use the 2nd Army to cover the northern, I would say, edge of the enemy front line, because any Soviet player will absolutely use his cavalry divisions to launch raids behind your lines, and if you don't have a screen of units, you are screwed. Like literally, you won't advance past Smolensk already in 1941. So yeah, this strategy might work in a single player, but definitely will not work in multiplayer. And having said that, folks, that was it. I thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. I, as always, wish you all the best, and I hope to see you all in the next episode, in which we will have a look at Army Group South.